Hi everybody, welcome back. We're going to do the second question on the first page of your vacation packet about cylinders, okay? So first we've got a word problem here, and I'm going to use my nice board to help me highlight some important information. A cylinder, that's pretty darn important, has a height of 30 feet and a volume of 63,679.2 cubic feet. What is the length of the radius? Now, I always highlight in a different color what the problem is asking me to do. So what is the length of the radius? So the length of the radius is unknown, which means we will leave it as a variable. Variables represent the unknown. Now let's talk about cylinders. Cylinders have a circular bottom, they have a circular top, and the whole middle is actually a rectangle wrapped around. So when I draw my cylinder, I'm going to draw a nice little oval because it's from the side, so we're not going to see that perfect circle. And then just two sticks going up and down. I'm going to use my information from above to kind of fill in my picture and see what I'm missing. So they said that my height was 30 feet. Remember, that little dash means feet, two of them means inches. They said that our volume is 63,679.2 cubic feet, okay? And they also said that our radius, which is from the center of the circle to the edge, is unknown. So we're going to leave that as just R, representing the unknown. We don't know what the radius is. Let's pull up the volume formula for a cylinder, which is at the top of your page. Volume equals pi r squared times h. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my information they gave me and I'm going to plug it into what we have. Okay? So we know that volume is this big old number right here, 63679.2. We know pi is pi. Radius, we don't know, so leave it alone. And height, we know is 30. Okay? Now look at this. This is a big multiplication problem, and I can multiply what I know. And what I do know is pi is approximately 3.14 for the purposes of this packet, and the height is 30. So I'm going to take my calculator and multiply 3.14 times 30. And I get 94.2. So I'm going to rewrite it. Bring everything down. 94.2 radius squared. Now look at that. That's 94.2 times radius squared. So what's the opposite of radius? So what's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide by 94.2. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. So on my calculator, I'm going to type in 63679.2 divided by 94.2. And I'm going to get 676. You know, this is actually a lot like Unit 6 that we did when we were balancing equations. Now, did they ask for r or r squared? They asked for r. So I have to use inverse operations to get r by itself. What's the opposite of a square? Don't you tell me a triangle. You're right, it's a square root. So I'm going to take my red pen, I'll show you. The opposite of a square is a square root. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. Now, you have a calculator at home, whether it's on your phone or whether it's a scientific calculator that you bought at the dollar store. Most of these work, and they have a square root button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my square root button. I'm going to type in 676 and hit enter. The square root of 676 is 26 even. So r is equal to 26. 26 gerbils? No. R is equal to 26. What's our unit of measure? Feet. So 26 feet is my final answer. If you're looking for the height, it's the same darn thing, but a little easier. Okay? Have a great vacation. Be safe and make good choices.